tournament. Maokai then banned
like
out
I
by
said.
Curse. Yeah, as you mentioned, going to be targeting the odd one there. And Morgana being taken out. So these are all pretty strong champions currently.
They may have done a little bit of research there on Morgana, because Flash is also known for playing pretty strong Morgana.
Very quick.
That's
so Soraka there
mean.
targeted on towards Liquid, and Liquid's like, I can play other champions. Okay, let's see
you?
if he can. Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah. So Yorick also banned out by Curse. Last ban, I remember Karthus is in there, one of the ones they mentioned. The hyper carries as well with Tryndamere. They were also a little bit worried about that combo, so maybe they're going to target one of them. I don't know.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see actually a Cillian ban, even this late in the meta. Nope, it's a Karthus. Okay, well,
so they've tried to prevent the Karthus Tryndamere combo, and wow, Sona picked straight up there by TSM, and we cannot say. Well, I mean, me and Joe, we've always raved about Sona, and we've seen some absolutely fantastic toners. I remember Melisande at IEM New York was just immaculate with him, with her, I should say. And oh wow,
we are being trolled. We are being trolled.
Yeah.
Don't even say it. We're being trolled.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You remember EG, obviously, at
yes,
NRG?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were fantastic on Heimerdinger. So I think it was Andy Dean.
It's Dandin. But Dandin's famous for his Heimerdinger.
Yes.
So he plays jungle Heimerdinger these days. He's just crazy.
Well, we don't know. Flash could be
good,
but yeah, Skarner is... And we mentioned it last game. Skarner is very, very strong in the jungle. There are others out there, and didn't really have that much success in the last game with White Lotus, but... Cassiopeia, wow, these are quick bans, quick picks coming straight out there. So Cassiopeia also picked up by Curse, and straight away it's going to be Rammus and Graves. Graves, of course, like we mentioned, it's going to be either Graves or Severe, but they're going for the...
Oh, they're going for Vayne, actually.
Instead,
interesting. The Rammus is a very interesting pick to me. The odd one still had... Maokai was banned and Skarner was taken. Okay, so Lee Sin would have been there, but Rammus, I guess, is just the kind that goes in and taunts somebody for forever. And Janna Vayne, that's an interesting bot lane setup, because normally you'd want to see somebody aggressive with Vayne, like a Taric, or you'd want to play a Soraka because you have Liquid in your team. But I guess Janna Vayne could work as well.
Well, you've got we had it. I think it was Thursday when I was doing one of the Go for Lols monthlies. Oh, and immediately Reginald has gone for LeBlanc, which is actually what Liquid said. He wants him to go for LeBlanc. That was the area they were pointing him towards. So maybe have they just played into Curse's devious little trap, and now of course Aurelia being picked up for that top lane. Who will they pick for top?
Oh, that makes perfect sense, actually, Lee. If you think about it, they have all these champions that'll scale brilliantly into late game. I mean, they have Skarner and Vayne already, and they'll just have to delay TSM. If LeBlanc doesn't pick up, I don't know, 15 kills by the 20-minute mark, then Reginald is just going to fall off on that LeBlanc, and that could be a way for them to win the game. I mean, they have Graves, who scales rather well, but Graves by himself isn't going to be able to do enough damage. So a non-scaling, or rather a badly scaling AP, or an AP that falls off because he's just too fragile, that could be exactly what Curse wanted. Another top lane, who do you play against earlier? There's not much except for Riven. Wukong.
Wukong. Not sure about that one.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not too sure how much Wukong... I assume they're trying to switch that. I was going to say it's not going to be Wukong support.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, though.
So both actually top lanes have teleports at the moment. We'll see if they stick with that. They have managed to successfully switch it around by the looks of it, so we're not going to have any remakes, which is great.
I'm starting to kind of see the Wukong, though. He's another one of those top laners that can go in and jump your AP. So if he jumps LeBlanc, he's not going to be blown up in one combo, possibly. And if he actually gets in the rear of the enemy team with his ultimate, they need to focus him, because the ultimate does a lot of damage. And he also scales really, really well, thanks to, his Q, the armor shred from the Q. Really, really good. And he is very, very hard to gank because of his ultimate used as an escape, and of course the little illusion thingy. So I am kind of liking the Wukong, but he's definitely a strange pick. It's the first really strange pick of Intel Extreme Masters Kiev here.
Well, I think Skarner's going to have to get out early and try and help ganking top. Keep Rayman from farming too much on Aurelia, which is a very hard job to do, especially in the early levels maybe. So we're possibly going to see an early gank up top there, but we'll see how it works out.
And that's exactly what Freak told us to watch out for, Rainman feeding. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on that. Rainman, of course, is actually a really, really good player. He likes to rage a little bit on stream, and his team like to make fun of him. But
is he wearing the trash bag as well?
No, he passed the odd man by. You know, he was only the trash man while he was under the odd one. So yeah.
Well, I just remember seeing in the vlog that whoever is lowest actually have to wear it at this event. So
oh, really?
Yeah, so there must be. I'm going to check out the event whether they're actually wearing it. I know they said definitely on stage, so whether they're doing it in the normal, I don't know. It'll probably keep them quite warm here, actually.
Yes.
So here we are. We're going into the game, and as you can see, or you will see on your screens in a moment, that Clairvoyance has been picked up by Sona X Special, which is something that's not been used a lot lately. So both with Clairvoyance, it's one of those things that some teams are going with more heals, some teams are going with Clairvoyance.
You don't really need Clairvoyance that much.
It's great that it's balanced, that you can just go that way.
It's a choice. It's no longer a must. And Lee, we are going to be streaming from your screen. So
no pressure on the first blood then.
No pressure at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear.
You're gonna have a little bit of a delay there, but that's fine. Okay, so both teams moving forward very, very aggressively. Both teams seem to want to have something happen. Level 1. Interesting pick there on Ramos is starting with the regrowth pendant in the jungle. That is something that people have been doing since the jungle remake, because you just have less gold income, so you need to build that very, very early Philo Stone. Even though Ramos would, of course, like to start with a cloth armor, but I guess if you tell him to start with a regrowth pendant, he's just going to be okay.
Yeah, and I should point out we are using the lunar eclipse or lunar whatever it's called with the dumplings and the muffins, and hence you can see the Phoenix buns instead of the health pots.
Yes, but they're still red.
They are still red, and we can still kind of know what they're doing. So TSM on an invader going straight towards the blue of Curse. Meanwhile, Curse, as you can see in your mini-map, are doing the exact same thing and getting ready to possibly go down. TSM have realised this.
X Special has the Clairvoyance ready in any second now. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to use it there. Are they going to stay outside the radius? It looks like they actually just walked into the Clairvoyance, I believe. And yep, there's the ping going down. They just barely touched the edge of their Clairvoyance radius. And now TSM know exactly where Curse is. And they're setting up for them in the river, but I think Curse are mostly going to blue pill. Oh no, 2 members blue pilled. Ooh, if TSM knew this, they could be going in there and wreak havoc on the 3 remaining members. But they don't know that this happened. And what are Rainman and Opro doing? They are taking the race. Okay, that makes sense. Looks like Jaximus is going to steal the enemy blue right now. And look at Jaximus and Sitka with the color-coordinated skins. I like that. Well,
I mean, it's a good start from Curse because TSM didn't steal the blue. So if they can actually manage to get this, then it's going to really start off Sitko very well. You can start to invade a lot earlier, which is something you can definitely do with Skarner. So we're going to keep our eye on this one. But we do have Aurelia and Ramos actually coming back around there. Skarner's going to go head first in towards the Rayman here. He's already a level up on him. Now he realises it. Tries to put a bit of damage down on him. Rayman's in a bit of trouble. He's got no support anywhere near. He's going to have to blow his flash here, I think, early possibly. Because Sitko's definitely going to keep doing the damage. You can see LeBlanc was edging towards him. But that is definitely already giving Wukong an advantage in the lane. Wukong's probably going to be hitting level 2 any second. Yes, he will be. So he's going to give him that level advantage. Ramos, though, in the meantime, has pulled red. And I think he's going to pick it up. I don't think he's going to have any issues. Yeah, smites it down. And that was an invade from the Odd One. So the Odd One stealing the red. Sidco stealing the blue.
And there's still a ward. I just want to point out the enemy blue. And I really wonder what they're going to do with that. Because the... I don't think that Sitko is going to go to their own blue anytime soon, so that ward is just going to time out. So the whole invasion from TSM didn't actually give them any advantage.
We'll keep our eye up the top here at the moment, because really Jaximus is going to have to try and push the smallest of advantages that he had. You can see he is just slightly ahead in the level. I'm just trying to keep my eye on all the lanes at the moment. I can see down the bottom that Sona has... taken down to about half health. We'll keep our eye on that.
Yeah, but Chaos is just completely outlaning Cop there, and you could just see why Chaos is one of the top players in America right now, doing so much free damage onto Cop, and he is actually at 16 to 10 right now. Doesn't sound like that much, but it just means that Vayne didn't really get much of the first couple of waves at all. And that's exactly what you want to happen. I wonder why Wukong had to go home so early after he had the early advantage. I guess he really wanted the ward against the Ramos gangs, which makes sense. They are very, very scary.
And he's also bought with boots, like you say. He's got that Ramos to worry about. So, yeah, he is going to go straight down and ward. Just keep him around Skarner now. Skarner is on that blue, but that ward had run out, so he's going to pick up that one for free. Is he going to give it across to Cassiopeia? I can see Cassiopeia now coming down. And it's looking like Reginald's trying to move into position. You can see the odd one now coming around. That ward had just run out. They're going to surely catch Cassiopeia. No. He's backed away, and Skarner rightly so. And the X-Special's coming around as well. This could be first blood coming down. Sitco surely going to get away. Will Reginald be able to finish him off? He's got the ignite on him. The shield from Janna, very nicely done from Liquid, and that is going to save his bacon. Now Flash is going to come round. They're on towards Reginald. Reginald taking down pretty low here. Will manage to get the Mimic off. Will Flashy manage to finish him off? He knows he's just down the bottom there. They've not gone back for him, though, because the odd one has come in. A great Howling Gale across, and a very, very tight fight there. Still nobody going down. Clairvoyance, everything blown between the two, and Reginald was really low on health there. And not to mention Skarner, but very close engagement, but still no kills.
What an amazing fight. Cobb had to blow his flash halfway through that fight as well, because he got just caught in the wrong place. Flashy playing beautifully, coming in just at the right angle, taking Reggie down very, very low. And he actually lands another Q on him in lane, and that means Reginald needs to go home, but Reginald is, he's hard-headed. He's not going to go home. He's going to wait for creeps to come in tower range and try to last it at least a little bit. Let's see if that's going to be something he's going to regret sometime soon. Sitco and Flashy now going top right now, and the Rainman could start his parade of feeding, but no, he is going to blue pill. Is he going to cancel the blue pill or not? This is the question. No, he blue pill. Beautifully done there, and they're not going to catch him, so they just wasted a whole bunch of time. Beautifully done from Raymond. Not quite sure how he knew that they were coming. There don't seem to be any wards for TSM in the river, but I guess it was enough to see that mid was missing. And Reginald has gone home now. It's going to be safe as well.
So just a preemptive warning on himself, I guess, just comes purely from experience, knowing damn well if your mid has just been pushed so badly, chances are they're coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do when mid is pushed. You either do damage to the turret or you go somewhere else and wreak havoc somewhere else in the game. Flashy is currently sitting at 24 last hits, though, against 25 for LeBlanc, so it's very, very even there. But Graves, 39 versus 22 on Vayne. Chaos totally dominating that bottom lane. Like, no question at all.
Well, the important one really is to obviously watch the mid. I mean, Reginald nearly got the kill on Skarner, and, we all know that it's all about snowballing with LeBlanc. And it's just going to, at the moment, he's just not having any luck. We're just 6.5 minutes into this one, so very early days in lane phases. People starting to hit level 6 across the map slowly.
In mid lane now, Reggie and Flash actually threatening each other quite a bit, but Flash seems to be getting the better out of that little competition there, as Reggie is down to half health again. He was trying very, very hard to land a W into QR combo on him, which does a lot of them. Actually, no, Q combo. He is not level 6 even yet. So Reginald playing super aggressively way, way early in the game. And right now he needs to be careful because Casio has ultimate right now. If he jumps her, that can be a very, very quick petrifying gaze into kill there. And Flashy not doing badly at all in mid lane there. It has to be said, he is actually holding up really, really well considering he is the sub. And he is going bottom lane right now. And Chaos, in true Chaos fashion, is pushed way, way too far ahead. They don't know it's coming right now. Now they see the Cassiopeia coming right now. It looks like they're going for X-Special. He misses the ultimate barely there. Unfortunately, there's a good poison down on him right now. Now, he's taking tower hits. He has to flash out. And X-Special is going to survive this. At the same time, LeBlanc is coming in from mid and he's jumping into Flashy, and there's the ultimate. And that's first blood on exactly the champion that you don't want to see first blood on. So Flashy, good move, bad execution there, I would have to say.
Yeah, he went in just a little bit too early, and LeBlanc actually coming back round to maybe have a poke on towards Cop there. He does manage to get the leash on him. Will he get the damage on towards Liquid, though? He's just going to back away from that one. Didn't really have Graves and Sonat backing him up. Meanwhile, Skarner was also pushing on the mid-turret, did a tiniest little bit of damage on it, just a little poke. But like you say, that first blood, that's one we have to keep our eye on as soon as they starting to hit level 6. Yeah, first blood. We've not seen that many gank attempts from Skarner actually at the moment. I'm keeping my own Sidco. Obviously, you had that one that sort of backfired on him at that blue.
Yeah.
And we're just going to wait and see whether he actually manages to cover across. He is going to go down towards bomb there. Could both port back, so let's see what they're going to buy. They have a quick skip across towards the goal. You can see 2,000 gold on Graves there. So he immediately goes back, buys a double Doran's Blade. Back towards the mid. Reginald has returned. This time he's going to try immediately put a burst down on towards Flashy there and try and sort of put his dominance across him and try and take that early potential that you do get with LeBlanc. Quick burst damage. Flashy is going to have to be a little bit more wary this time.
And he doesn't have the level 2 boots that LeBlanc has. So if he gets too close, LeBlanc can definitely follow him there. He went for 2 Dawn's rings, so he's a little bit more tanky. But that's not going to have that much. There's so much burst. And LeBlanc picking up blue, coming back into lane with blue. The blue for Curse just respawned. Doesn't look like Skarner is setting up to donate it quite yet. But Flashy needs it if he wants to be able to do anything against a LeBlanc with blue in lane.
Oh, Wukong's took a bit of damage up the top there, so they're trading blows. We're going to have to keep my eye on that one. Don't worry, I am keeping my eye on their health bars on the sides of the screen, just to make sure I don't miss anything. We have got Cassiopeia moving across for blue buff, and there's a ping gone down from TSM.
They know it.
They know it. Yeah, they've got a ward there. You can see it in the river. So they're going to keep their eye, and I think Flashy was kind of aware of that as well.
Yeah, they're not trying. No, actually, Sitko has started the blue right now. LeBlanc is pushing very aggressively against Flashy. But yeah, there's a ping from TSM again in the river, just where they spotted Cassiopeia before, but it doesn't look like they're going to try to do anything. And there was a very, very good pickup there from Flashy, very, very safely played. Bottom lane at the same time, though, I just have to say, it doesn't look like they have an answer for him. 81 to 43. If that happened to me in a solo queue game, Lee, I'd be getting flamed right now.
Yeah, and Skarner snuck his way actually into the thing that he pushes, but you can see there's a double ward there from both teams. So he's not doing anything sneaky that he's hoping he is doing.
He's just wasting his time.
And TSM immediately backed away from that one. I think they're going to realise that. I mean, the fact that Sona's gone completely back. They're trying to bait him a little bit forward. At the moment, Cassiopeia has just gone back to buy, so I'll keep my eye on that. Picking up some pink wards. Some pink wards is what we've noticed a lot of the European teams had started doing before WCG. Now they've it's starting to spread across certainly the American teams. You can see Sona's got a pink ward on him as well.
Ramos is now coming in. They are opening, they're baiting very, very nicely there onto the Skarner. Especially is going to survive just long enough. But there's now a teleport coming in from Wukong as well. The kill on Cobb is good with Odd1's assistance. But Odd1 may now fall. Yes, he falls. And there is the other teleport coming in. Rainman flashing in right now, doing damage to Jaximus. And Chaos just barely flashing and dashing out of range. And LeBlanc joining the fight. Good ultimate from Liquid, pushing them back. But is it going to be enough? Oh, he misses the leash there on LeBlanc. Jaximus jumps on LeBlanc just for the distance closer and gets himself out of the fight. And Flashy's like, don't worry, guys. I got this. I'm here now.
Yeah, a little bit late for the party there. And a lot of exchanges. It's 2-2 in kills, so very even at the moment. To get the gold advantage slightly in favour of TSM. They have managed to just farm that a little bit better. We'll go through that right now, might as well, while everybody's pretty much backing off. You can see 48 to 91, like you say, that bottom lane CS is a huge, huge advantage. Now tail it into what, 500-600 gold, something like that, maybe more. I think it's 20 gold per.
Yeah, average.
Yeah, in fact, it's probably near like 1,000 gold advantage. Well, why don't I press the gold difference button? That would be a great idea, wouldn't it? I'm glad I thought about that. Yeah, it's 1,000 gold difference between the two. That is huge in terms of your AD carries. Big difference for them. So that we're going to have to keep our eye on that one. That might well tailor into TSM's favour. In the mid, it's actually very even, 63-63 in terms of CS. At the top, it's 88 to 79, so pretty even between the two there. Wukong again having another little poke around with the Rayman. Rayman will easily farm that up, and he's having a quick cross. He has got his ulti, so he can easily just take the whole wave if he needs to. You can see the shards going out there, so he's just farming away. Let's have a look back down the bottom, and Cop, actually is the only stable player, I believe, of Curse,
yes,
who is actually the one that's having a nightmare. So it's maybe the pressure on him. We've got Wukong has worked his way down. They're going for Dragon here, I think, Daniel. They're going to work their way down.
Yes.
Yet. You can see there's actually no ward placements at the moment from TSM around there, so not too sure whether they're spotting him going across. Oh, there is. You can see the purple ward in the river now. Now they've spotted that. They pulled Dragon out. Just going to keep my eye on Graves down the bottom there. You can see LeBlanc working his way around. LeBlanc wants to try and get a poke onto someone important and will be picked up. And actually, TSM have let them have it. They've backed away because Ramos wasn't anywhere near. Aurelius continued to farm up top there, try and push that pressure on the top lane. But really, that's actually brought the goal back into even. Yeah,
Irelia didn't have a teleport because she used it for that bot lane gank, and Wukong recalled and went straight to Dragon after recalling. They may now lose the top turret, or at least take quite some damage there, but I would still say that was definitely worth it there, and that was beautifully played from Curse. Like you said, they're back even right now with the gold, and Wukong actually saving the top turret at about half health as well, so it was a clear advantage for Curse.
Very nicely played. So,
ooh, sorry, the combo from look at Flashy in mid lane. That's one combo. That's one LeBlanc combo. One QR. Just two spells. That LeBlanc is starting to really hurt. He has a blasting one, the Dawn's Ring, and the Sorcerer's Boots right now. And yeah, if she could do this more than once in the lane, it's not looking good for Flashy at all. Let's see what he's actually buying to make up for this. Yeah, you can tell that an AP is behind if they're just buying Doran's rings and nothing else. Nothing else, yes. Yep, Skarner picking up the red for himself there. That makes perfect sense. Gonna make it slow even more potent. But Irelia hasn't been ganked at all game yet. And the Rainman is at 120 CS, highest CS in the entire game. Is doing well, it has to be said. There's no trash manning going on in this game, Lee.
Yeah, and closely followed by Graves as well, 117 down the bottom there. So
odd one finally flashing in the river here right now. LeBlanc is now coming in, dashing in to get in range, and there's no R from all. I'm not quite sure why he didn't use the R. I think it was off cooldown, but maybe he didn't quite get in range. But anyway, that's a flash burned appropriately enough on Flashy.
Yeah, flashing. Managing to get straight out of that one. There's going to be the blue going across towards LeBlanc, so Reginald's going to pick that one up. We've got two in the top there at the moment. Skarner, there was a ping going down. I didn't see what colour it was, so whether Skarner's managed to ninja his way up in towards his top bush. Keep an eye on that bottom as well. I can see they just keep brushing closer to each other. 15 minutes going into this game, yeah. I think they realised they've been spotted. Yeah, and that ward placement is spotted Reggie Bro. And the old bro. They are all bros, aren't they?
Yeah,
the Rainman hasn't actually gone the Rain Bro, so which is such a disappointment.
Yeah, he's just letting the team down again there. Just
Skarner is actually returned back to top there, so let's keep my eye back on this one. I can see they're still continuing down the bottom there, and see whether he's going to be able to manage to pull the Rainman out. We said he's not really had a gank on him whatsoever. Yeah. And I'm not too sure if they've left it too late. Now he's going to come down. Yeah, that's just going to get nothing from that whatsoever. No way they're ever going to get it. Cop actually taking a bit of damage down the bottom here again, so KOX continuing just a continuous farm heaven. 140 CS compared to 82. That is a 60 CS difference, very big. Oh, the Rayman, the old Reginald, is going walkies. Oh, that ward's going to spot him straight away there, so it's going to back away from that one. Cassiopeia is just around there. I think they're going to have to give this tower up, though.
Yep.
So, yeah, the first tower of the game will be going to TSM. That's going to obviously turn the goal advantage. Reginald immediately bursting on towards Cop there. Wow, big burst, nearly took him straight down. But he's going to back away from that one. And meanwhile, all this is happening. The Rayman is continuing to get free farm up the top here. He may even take this turret down before Wukong returns.
I think he will,
Could be the double turret now for TSM. Yeah, I think he's going to get that one before. So that is going to give them a big gold advantage. That's going to be 2,000 gold ahead. And now really giving them time to just free up and have a go. Cassiopeia, at the moment, Flashy, he's been late for everything that's happened. But that's good. As I tried to choke up, that's going to come from simply not playing together.
Yeah, absolutely. And he does have a farm advantage right now because LeBlanc is going walkies all the time. Oh, so much damage from that one little combo there. Reggie Bro playing it pretty much perfectly. I'm liking the LeBlanc. Like we said, Curse have one chance, which is just to make this game go very, very long. Eventually, Vayne's going to get farmed. Eventually, she's just going to find a lane to farm in peace. And then she is going to scale really well as well. That's another tower that Curse cannot possibly contest, so they're just going to have to let it fall there to TSM. Top lane, Wukong has been pushing a little bit into the tower, but Raymond is still there, still farming away. 146 now to 125, so that's 2 lanes that TSM is definitely winning in farm. And yeah, it's not looking that great for Curse, but they're not trying to do any amazing plays at this moment. I mean, they're just trying to make the game go long.
Yeah, they're trying to make it last out. Obviously, try and grind LeBlanc down, make him should I say, slowly useful towards the end of the game. But the problem is that KOX and Aurelia have farmed so heavily. I don't think that late game is going to last because they're just going to be so strong as we get around to it. And let's look back towards the mid. You can see so that's 3 turrets now.
4 rings on that Cassiopeia.
That's desperation.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's like, oh god, I have to somehow stay alive and have a little bit of damage. But at the same time, Reggie Bro is just, he has his blasting ones. I wouldn't be surprised if to see Deathcap's first pick up on him because he just wants to be aggressive.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
So we're just seeing the Rayman actually wandering in. We do have Curse wandering towards possibly an invade here. They can't surely be thinking of a 15-minute or an 18-minute Baron.
No, that would be a little bit early. They don't have any tools. Like they don't have a Heimer or Karthus. Yeah, there's a few champions that allow you to kind of sneak a Baron, but they don't have any of those.
And they don't have the Wriggles build-up either. They were trying to get a cheeky gank there. They were hoping they could find Aurelia, but it has not happened.
Yep.
So that was a 4-man Curse team having to use as a roaming gank for the team and really getting absolutely nothing from it. Wukong has been left alone at the top here for quite a while, so he's starting to catch up on the farm now. 145 to 160 And you can see Aurelia is going to come back in there and just build that straight back up. Immediately ultis across the minions and pushes that creep wave back away from his tower. And he's going to return back down mid. Dragon is due, which is why they're starting to come around. Flashy doesn't realise that he sat right on top of that ward. Now you can see the odd one going to be coming straight in. Immediately puts that slows poison down and backs away from that one. But I think that's just giving them their hand out. And you can see TSM immediately moving in place for this Dragon.
Both teleports currently up Lee, so this could be a 5v5 if both top lanes react in time. There are wards available for both sides to teleport to. Dragon is now up LeBlanc, going straight in there, and at the same time, the Rainman killing the Wukong in top lane. This means that if they now want to go for Dragon, Curse cannot engage because it's going to be a 5v4 with Aurelia teleporting in. I'm not quite sure what Curse are doing. They're in such a dangerous position right now.
Smite it. He has.
Wow, he has. Sitko has actually taken it. He's turning around and fighting. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. But Rainman coming in from behind right now, that was not a good fight for Curse. They did steal the Dragon. I'm not sure why Sitko stayed and fought there, because this is certainly going to be an ace demon.
Yeah, I think it's really the rest of the team should have said, right, okay, you've got the steal, we're off.
Yes, exactly. That's good enough. If you die, okay, that's fine. That's,
oh my God, Reggie's going to get Curse here. Yeah, he's going.
Oh my God!
Sat there porting right next to the tower, and Reggie's like, thanks, I'll have a free kill. Infinity Edge now completed by Chaos. And it's going to go south because I think Reginald is sitting on a lot of gold. 2093 he will be picking up at the moment. And it is Reginald they're targeting on. And immediately Jaximus is going to get... Yeah, he's going to have to back away from that one straight away.
Yeah.
So TSM now in a very, very strong position. 7-2 in kills, 4-1 up in towers. Only 20 minutes gone into this game. And really, it's looking very much one-way traffic for TSM here. You cannot see Curse managing to wrangle their way back into the storm. They've just not had a good enough lane phase. It's not even been the mid-game to the fights because they won the Dragon early, pretty much given to them early on.
They shouldn't
have just fell behind in the CS.
They shouldn't have fought that Dragon. I mean, if they're trying to do a late game, then just don't pick those fights. And Reggie just went home and bought himself a needlessly large rod, while on Cassiopeia we are seeing, I don't know, we're not seeing anything. It's still with the 4 rings.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure where that is going, but it's not going anywhere good. This is Curse picked a lineup that has a potential path to victory, but they're just not taking that path. They're just not stalling the game. They're actually picking fights when they're outnumbered and when they really don't need to be picking fights. So I don't know, whoever made the call there, that was probably not the right call. And my prediction for this group was always going to be TSM and SK are going to make it out. And unfortunately, it looks like those are the two really, really strong teams to beat in this group.
Yeah, very much so. And fall back now. So we've got a blue buff going to Flashy. Don't think it's really going to be a help too much. Yeah, man has got, like I said, he's just been free farming at the top here for quite a while. Look at Trinity Force picked up now, so blue buff going to go across to LeBlanc. So Reginald will be quite happy with that one.
Look at what Flashy is building. He's building a belt, Giant's belt right now. So that means he wants to go for the Rylai's. And once again, like the brand we saw in the last game, Rylai's is a great item for utility, but if you build it first, you're not going to have any damage compared to the enemy AP, and that's exactly what's happening with Flashy here right now.
Possible setting up for Baron here, which is what TSM were doing. The Rayman actually was out of position, but he's backed away. I think Curse were ready for that one. You can see the wards going down. I think they're going to get cleared out. TSM are starting to gather. Meanwhile, actually they continue to farm, because while Curse are having to put everybody into this position to try and defend it, we've got Chaos down the bottom farming, we've got Reginald in the mid farming, and the Rayman was even at the top farming. So they're having to move around in a complete gang sword, which is just going to snowball. And further behind, Reginald immediately pointing out burst down on towards Flashy. Flashy getting leashed up as well, and that's half his hurt points already gone.
That was through Jonas' shield as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with the giant spell. Yeah, it's going to make you survive one fight.
Liquid's going to get caught out of position here. Has to flash away. And the odd one just about catching him out. The Rayman's diving on towards the tower, actually. He's going to finish him on the tower as well. Pops the ulti. No problem whatsoever. And he could easily take him down single-handedly on that tower. And that's now put the pressure added on towards the mid-turret. I don't think they're going to be able to hold this in a turret. It would be crazy if they went for a fight there. I could see Sitko going around. He wanted to grab someone towards that tower, which is why they wisely backed away. But really, there was absolutely nothing to be had. And just getting caught out of position is the worst thing you can do at the moment. The odd one, you can see him spinning up. He wants to pick someone else. Meanwhile, this is all happening. The Rainman goes back to farming up top, though. It is snowballing heavily now. And 8-2 is the score. I think this is going to actually end within the next 5 minutes. This is definitely going to swing the way of TSM very, very soon.
Yeah, there's one more team fight in this for Curse at the very most. Just the one more fight. If they win that fight, they can maybe make the game go a little longer. But if they lose the next fight, I don't see TSM dragging down any longer. They're actually setting up for Baron right now. They're already on Baron, and Flashy just ported. Cop is still in bot lane. Curse doesn't even seem to be aware of the risk of Baron going down here, leaders. That's untypical for a top team. Even if they don't have vision, they should have.
Now they've got the ward down here. They could see absolutely nothing at all. They are going to go diving in towards Baron there. Jaximus has popped his ulti on Wukong there, spinning around. He's actually only caught the odd one there. Sidko gets popped before they even get anywhere near it. They're going to try and steal with the smite, but it's just too late. They've had to back away.
Yeah.
And TSM completely topped off. No problem whatsoever. Special completely in control of that one. They will finish off the Baron. Meanwhile, they're already picking up kills as well. Flashy's tried to go in there, tried to finish them off. Flashy will go down in the pit there. And that is going to be Reginald just about getting away there. They tried to target him, but he immediately just gets out. And he comes back for the kill as well on towards Cop. Should have possibly targeted towards Jaximus. Could have popped him early there. Cop, though, is the danger one on Vayne. And that is a very easy, clean fight for TSM there. Just not well executed by Curtis there.
No.
They went in one by one, and that's really the possible worst way you could fight. This mid tower will now go down. Chaos will pick that up, no problem whatsoever. Had got the Infinity Edge, already building towards Phantom Dancer, and that is going to be all she wrote because they have Baron now.
Like you said, Jaximus only catching Ramos with his ultimate. The ultimate actually does quite a bit of damage.
He got taunted straight away.
Yeah,
so
So I don't know what he was hoping to do with the ultimate. If there was a Ramos, of course you're going to get taunted. He's not going to pick up Baron with that ultimate either because it's damage over time. So it's not something that'll outsmite a Ramos who's paying attention. So I'm not quite sure what he was even hoping to achieve there. Flashy almost got the Baron. He flashed just a second too late there. And almost got a kill on Ramos as well, but you know what you get for an almost kill, right? Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Not at all.
Yeah, and TSM are just gonna set up one more time, buy and just push this home. They have 2 Shurelias already on the spot and on the jungler. We see that more and more often these days. I don't know. That item just looks like it needs a nerf. I'm not on the design team, so I wouldn't decide it. But that item it seems so powerful. All the teams get 2 of them. It's fun to watch. I mean, you chain the 2 Shurelias and you have crazy move speed for like 6 seconds. But if you do it right, it'll just decide a team fight before the other team has any chance to react.
So TSM completely all gathering up on towards the side turret here. So they're going to push bottom straight in, and look at that, Cursor nowhere. They've absolutely not reacted. This is going to get straight in. The Rayman at the moment is tanking that turret. They're going to take the turret down before Curse even managed to get across here. Now they're finally coming across. You can see them moving in the wave, and Reginald trying to leash and slow them as much as possible, but the tower already down, going straight towards the inhibitor. TSM, of course, with that Baron buff, they can push the fight straight away as soon as they get in there. Flashy really needs to catch an ulti here. That's what he needs to do, and you can see Sidko trying his best to hook in Reginald there, but it's not going to happen. And TSM, well, it's going to be the Rayman. I think it's going to dash in there. As soon as we get a random power spike, the lights go off in here. I don't know what was happening there. The odd one is going to try and spin in, but it doesn't matter. They're just going to back away, and that will be the first inhibitor of the game. The rest will certainly follow. 10-3 the kills, 6-1 in towers. Very much a one-sided game here. And TSM, like you say, looking very strong. The TSM SK game is going to be a very telling game for the whole tournament, not just for this group stage.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe they were actually playing mind games with us, I don't know. But maybe it's just Curse not actually performing that well. Like you said, a couple of situations that really looked like just a missing communication where top lane should have been there and just wasn't there, just didn't even consider joining that dragon fight. Generally, just not that great play, and 1,100 gold right now on Cassiopeia, and she still has only 4 Dorans and Giant Spell. That's just once again, of course she's going for that early Rylai's, but it's no damage from her. Vayne completely underfarmed compared to the Graves. I mean, Vayne is at 159 CS versus 277. That's kind of harsh. So no damage from the AD there either. I'm really not quite sure how Curse are expecting to win this.
Yeah, and the problem is, like you say, Cassiopeia built more for survivability than actually aggression. And when you're against Reginald, and he's turned up as a stand-in player, so he's probably obviously felt a bit of pressure there. They can try and get on towards the odd one. They don't realise that the rest of TSM are just around the corner, going straight in. Flashy tries to cleanse it off. You're not going to be able to cleanse off 5 people beating the hell out of you. Crop will go down as well. Aurelia at the moment just catching them all out as well, and that is going to surely be an ace. It's support on support here, ladies and gentlemen. Special putting the power cord down on towards Liquid. And Liquid actually trying to Howling Gale across. I think he went the wrong way there.
Yeah,
he was meant
did.
to go the other way. Put the Howling Gale across, and that's going to be TSM picking up the second tower in the base. The inhibitor will follow, and I think that's GG. GG being given out there. Will they go for the surrender vote? I'm not too sure. We do have super minions coming up the back side as well, and really
I wonder if that was a bait that Ramos just recalling there, and the Skarner actually burned his ultimate on a Ramos with the other 4 team members right around the corner. There might have been a bait from up
I
there.
don't really think they were going back. I mean, the Baron had just run out. They just thought, okay, let's just buy. We've just took the in here. We've just got a lot of gold. Let's spend it. And then they just went, actually, we don't need to.
Yes, actually, they just handed us the game.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop the Super Minions. Yes, they will. They should be able to stop the Super Minions on that final Nexus turret. But TSM actually drawing this one out. They were only about half hit points there, so yeah.
No, they're actually going home.
This time they are actually going to go spend that gold. And how much gold had they got? If I can get to it before 4,800 gold. I think I saw in Chaos as he goes back.
Yeah.
He'd already got an Infinity Edge, so he completes a Phantom Dance. And he's like, "What else do I buy?"
Oh, he just bought a lantern. Yes, the 30-minute lantern. That's very powerful.
He's just sold the Phantom Dancer.
He sold the Phantom Dancer to buy a lantern. What?
Yeah.
What are you doing,
Chaos?
Chaos?
He's got Quicksilver Sash. Now he sold the Doran's Blade. So what's he going to buy? He's going to get the Phantom Dancer again. Why not?
Why not?
Buy it again,
Sure,
sell it, buy it.
Buy a new one. The old one was getting chipped.
I'm doing that well, but really, I mean, the big part of this game was, like we mentioned, Chaos was at 90-something CS when
versus 40-something.
Versus 40-something in bottom lane. I mean, that is an enormous difference very early on. 1,000 gold can make such a big difference early game.
Yeah.
And that has really been the telling difference. Top was actually pretty even between them. And mid, despite the fact obviously Reginald did finally get the first blood, actually was drawn out for quite a while. And the game was 2-2 for probably a good 15-20 minutes in this game. And it's only been the last sort of 10-15 minutes that TSM have really steamrolled it. But as is the style with these top teams, once they finally notice they've got the edge, they really push it home. And this is going to be going, I think, tutorial style, we call this, when they decide to take every single inhibitor out, despite the fact they're completely dominating the game. They will take down that top down.
Let's do it properly.
This is what the tutorial says we have to do, so we will take them all down. And I really don't think the Curse are going to be able to do too much about this. They're going to finally dive in. I'm just waiting for the old one to actually spin up and dive in there. The Liquid nearly getting taken down by Reginald there, just popping through the wall.
Yeah, the Pro actually taunting the wrong monkey, so for once the illusion should have been a dead Wukong for sure, but doesn't really matter that much. Sitko presenting himself as a target with a shield up, that's still not going for him. I wonder why they're so careful. Oh, it's because LeBlanc is doing crazy stuff coming in from mid, from behind, of course. And now Skarner in the middle of everything. He goes down, the Zona ultimate goes across all of them. Jackson was very, very low right now. He may be able to get away, but it doesn't really matter. They can just turn around, take the inhib, and finish this game. And Kopp used his ultimate, but he didn't get off, I think, a single auto attack with that ultimate running. So that wasn't really great either. The Rain Man taking down the inhib turret, and the inhib is going to follow in just a second. And that means that all lanes are going to spawn double super minions, as the super minions just took down the last Nexus turret as well. And this is certainly GG right here.
Yeah, so TSM looking strong, SK looking strong. The question is, who will win out between them? And I believe that is the next game. I'm not too sure.
We'll find out.
I'm getting shrugged at, so I mean, we don't know. But there will be many more games coming up. Of course, it's going to be myself, Freak, and Zenon, and of course Joe Miller will be joining you later on today. He's currently on doing the Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike, yeah.
I said Counter-Strike Soulstar, I think I said.
Oh,
CS 1.6.
He probably hit you.
Don't go down that road.
Yeah, very, very clear game here once again. 15-3 the kill score. I don't think there's any question that TSM completely dominated this. And we don't know if it was because they played mind games during their scrims or because Curse's new lineup or kind of Franken lineup didn't really hold together all that well. We're going to have to see